Hello, ladies. Emily and Ricky, how are you both doing tonight? How about now? Maybe you can probably hear me now. I actually had my volume turned down for my microphone. There we go. Booyah! Yeah, I'm really sorry to hear about that, Ricky. I really, really am. Um, no, times are tough. I've been through it, and um, would you like me to pull a reading for you, Ricky? What was the sign of you and your partner? Yeah, I want you to let me know your sign, Ricky. So Pisces and he's in Aries, right? This wasn't like a fight like between you and him, like you guys didn't have a fight or anything, right? Like it's just become very distant and just in the gray area. Or did you get into a fight? I'm kind of sensing like a headache in a way. Like maybe the fight wasn't really like about fidelity or anything. I think it's just more like talk to me, damn it, talk to me. And he's like, no, I don't want to right now. You just don't get it. You'll never get it and stuff like that. Like he's kind of like turn down the music, make sure you can hear me okay. But it may be something like just maybe a problem with him feeling understood, not understood enough maybe, and that's what the distance is probably happening, and therefore you're asking him to open up to you, but he's refusing to. Yeah. Like I feel like right now that I feel that maybe this fight or like he got mad just because the fact that he it's almost like he was just annoyed about the situation. He really doesn't know how to really communicate maybe. So let's see what this has to say here. So what I'm sensing here, make sure I guess I can see all these here. He's definitely unhappy, but I don't know if it's actually with you. Um, I'm seeing something about in terms of maybe not being enough. Um, and I don't think he's been really good at communication altogether either. Like I feel that he has been. Um, I think he has some sort of blockage within him, and therefore, like he knows exactly what it is. But the problem is that, um, uh, he doesn't really know how to express it. Like he knows the answer, like he knows the sky is blue, but how can he define blue without actually knowing what the color is blue? So depressed and sad. That would actually definitely make sense because I'm actually seeing here. Let me bring out my wand. I'm seeing this is him right here, this 9 of water in reverse. Usually this means like wishes come true, stuff like that. Obviously things are not going his way. We're getting quite a bit of reversals here that actually makes a lot of sense. Him not feeling that he's not the passionate lover that he feels that he can be to you. I feel that also maybe it has something to do with his job. He's not actually happy anywhere. As a matter of fact, I think he's very alone in his job. I don't think he has much support there. as much as he changes his persona at work and he becomes like super happy go lucky, but it's actually not working with him, and I think it's catching up to him as a matter of fact. He definitely, yeah, definitely wants to be alone. um I think he's actually done a lot of soul searching already to actually figure out what is actually making him very unhappy. He definitely wants to be happy. He actually wants to be happy with you. But again, I don't think he feels that he's being the man that he believes you deserve. Um yeah, if you're definitely feeling it, this is you're definitely really connected with him. I just feel that you may need to give him the space he needs for a second, because think of it this way. um you don't necessarily, when somebody gets stabbed in this, somewhere in the back or somewhere on the body, you don't necessarily pull out the knife right away to try to treat it. You got to let it kind of sit there for a second in order to figure out what the issue is. um Oh, wow, you told him that he wasn't. I think that he actually is. I think you probably spoke out more out of anger, just to kind of make him get upset. I feel that maybe you've probably said that to him because you want him to really kind of feel the pain you're going through. And as a Pisces, that's actually understandable, especially the fact that he's an Aries. If I actually took that correctly here. Because sometimes I don't want to get this mixed up. Yeah, you're a Pisces, he's an Aries. So as an Aries, he's going to be very emotional, and you are also very emotional too. As a Pisces, though, when you feel, and this doesn't have to, this is not necessarily with your, like your boyfriend. I believe you actually do this with other people. If they make you feel like shit, you want to make them feel like shit, or at least when you feel like shit, you want them to feel exactly how you feel and bring people down, not to like to your level or anything. It's just that you want people to feel your pain. And I think that maybe you might have spoke out of just anger, not really actually true feelings. I think that you're really trying to go for a tactic, because I think you're probably just kind of tired with the same answers that he's probably giving you. um yeah, you are definitely doing that, I think. Like, you definitely like to project feelings, and you do it consciously and subconsciously a little bit, actually, I think. And you're more than welcome to prove me wrong too. And I think that the approach you probably took probably did a little bit more damage than good. You do need to give him some time. um I wouldn't say necessarily apologize, because you are, I mean, there are some truth to some things that you say. um However, though, with him, I really feel that you should give it a little time, because I think even the words itself that you actually told him that, hey, you're not being the man who I want you to be. um I think those words were kind of tough on you too. um uh let's see here. I actually have a new deck here. I don't really use it for tarot, but maybe just like maybe affirmation, perhaps. Um, just to kind of see what you need to focus on, a little bit in terms of meditation. And just let you know, I do have an email for everybody out there. It's tarot@groovedefy.com. It's right there at the top of the screen. I am introducing something new because I do provide very in-depth readings and whatnot. And if you feel that you really have a time-sensitive question, I have actually trying and opening up a $5 priority line. So if you really need to get your question out there and you really feel you want to get something done for yourself, as far as a reading, that is available to all of you. Okay. So let's go ahead and get like maybe an affirmation like stone reading here. It's basically a gem, uh, a card of different gems, but there's different properties for them all. Okay, so definitely, so yeah, we're getting here Snowflake Obsidian. So Snowflake Obsidian is all about like, putting up some protection around your heart, but I think this is actually more for him. He needs actually some protection. I feel that he's in this vulnerable state that he's not feeling very safe with his emotions, his overall look. Um, and he needs some type of protection. I'm not saying you need to get him obsidian stone, but what you do need to do is actually, um, like, it's sort of like giving him grounding support in a way. You may not even know what it is, but he definitely needs some type of grounding support. And by that, I think just give him the comfort. You need to actually kind of approach him. And I think this is actually what you need to do. You need to actually approach him and just kind of tell him, hey, we really had some, we actually had some rough words. I understand you don't want to talk right now, but just understand I am here when you are ready. Those are the main three magic words. When you are, actually four, when you are ready. Because he needs to actually draw this out himself. And we even have a heart chakra here where he needs some healing there too. He don't want to talk. Well, I understand that he doesn't want to talk, but time can heal wounds. The thing is, you as a Pisces, because Pisces love to move. Ricky, you need to give him time, more time. Okay, you can't you can't just plant a seed and say, I want you to go like right now, right now, right now. This can take days, months, maybe even a year. Depends on how much you really care for him. If you really are that loyal to him and you love him that much, then you will actually, use your empathic abilities as a water and just kind of drown him in your support. But it's not like, oh, I support you, and then like try to get at him. Like, it's almost like silent support. Give him a hug. He may reject it and stuff like that. Just be like, okay, I understand you need your space. I'm here when you are ready. Okay. And just let him know I'm never going to leave you. Because it's all about safety. And that's the thing that he is lacking the most right now is safety. Obsidian Snowflake, safety. He needs safety. And that is right there is what you're going to need to give him. It's one thing to tell somebody, hey, I need you to open up and stuff like that. But, it's almost like saying, I need you to think about giraffes for the next 5 hours and stuff like that. But, you're telling them to do something. Well, I'm not going to think about giraffes for the next 5 hours. I'll think whatever I want. But you need to give him, like, the idea that there is an option. Now, there's also other, like, professional options as well. There is maybe some counseling as well if you really want to go that route, which I don't think it really needs to. But the thing is, I think the most importantly for him is to give him space and safety. Right? And I know you don't want to hear this. I know you want more results. And as a Pisces, you definitely want results. You look for something like instantaneous. You tired of being at that person. It's so draining. Yeah, I know. Like I trust me. I have been down that road already, like in my relationship. I have been down that road numerous times in my relationship. Okay. And I've been in my relationship for over 13 years. Okay. And when my partner, he's really being distant or something like that, I give him the space and time that he needs, and I let him know, like, well, if you need time to talk, you know where to find me. I'm not going to leave you. Um, and, if you truly do love him, then you need to seek within your heart to give you the energy that you need. And as far as you not, as far as you, uh, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Not feeling drained. What you need is, yeah, get yourself a heart stone for your heart chakra. That right there is sort of like green jade in a way, but there's different stones that actually caters to the heart chakra. And I really think you should actually take this, meditate. Okay. I feel that you probably haven't really did a really good meditation, like a good maybe 15-minute meditation, and see right there, Ricky, you're already on the right track. Yes, I love him. I'm loyal, so I will always be there. You need to sing this to yourself. Sing it to yourself. And I will always love you. Sing it. Feel it. Love is so powerful and stuff like that. And it gives you goosebumps. And the thing is, if you show him that you're a person who you can't knock down, you can't knock me down with your insecurities because I'm not going anywhere. Right there is a security that he'll find out that, you know what, I'll let her know. And the thing is, I can't tell you for sure exactly what he's going to tell you. Okay. So you might want to have some black obsidian just to keep you grounded because, you may never know what he's going to reveal to you. Right. But that's the whole thing about relationships. We need to take the punches. It's never going to be easy. You need to be able to, you also can't be running scared either, because a fish will always run scared. But you know what? The definition of the Pisces is in Greek mythology? You know what they do? They actually rescued a goddess and her son from the clutches of evil, rescued them and brought them to shore as fish. Okay, that right there is such strong support, and they're just fish. It's not like a whale or a dolphin that came to rescue them. It's two fishes. So you have the ability to really get that power within you, and you got it. The thing is, you're letting the negativity get to you, and it's so easy to hear the negativity, but it's so hard to bring out the positivity. So you need to work on your heart chakra. I feel that maybe you haven't really did a really good meditation. You probably do meditate, but I don't think you really actually you need to be very honest with yourself. Have I really did a good meditation to blank out my mind and let images come through to where you can actually unlock that heart chakra, unblock it. Okay. You also might want to change up your diet a little bit if if you're not eating enough greens and stuff like that. That also helps out with unblocking the chakras. So, yeah, give him the time. Don't be scared either. If he comes to you and says like I need to break up with you, then you know what? Bring on the dignity. Keep your dignity. It's like, you know what? I understand. You broke my heart. And I will, and just have to roll with the punches. Obviously, you might have a fight about it. I'm not saying this is what's going to happen, okay? But the thing is, you just need to not be so scared of whatever he's going to reveal to you, okay? You are strong. You can save lives, okay? By that, saving lives, you're saving energy. You're rescuing his energy by giving him the peace of mind that you are a solid woman and you know how to keep yourself grounded. Because Aries, he's a fire sign, and fire can spread like rapid, right? And that's what he's going on right now. There's little spots happening here and there. Yeah. So I mean, if you were able to break up with him, but you guys got back together, I'm assuming you guys got back together and stuff like that. But the thing is like you just need to be his rock. Okay, no matter what the past was like, and whatever the future is coming, be his rock. That's what he needs right now. Because right now he's up a creek with no paddle, and right now he's just kind of like jumping out of the paddle and trying to stroke, to get that paddle up the stream just by kicking water, and the stream's against him. So, at one point that canoe that he's sitting in that creek, it's gonna hit a rock, and that's you. You're gonna be able to stop him and rescue him. Okay, so you're very, very welcome. Now, I mean, bear in mind that, like I said, don't fear the unknown. Okay, you need to face forward on it. You're very strong. We're all very strong, but we always tend to try to find a way to take the easy way out, and by that we tend to block our hearts, and then we cause even more issues like that. So by that, you can do this. Okay, I have total faith in you. All right. So, whew. I need to, let's see here. Gotta cleanse that one. That was a really deep one. Okay. Absolutely. So right now I'm gonna take random. Right now, because I've been trying to do by list, but sometimes by list it doesn't work all the time. So I'm actually gonna be doing random here. Since I'm also kind of taking care of some things as my partner is going to be needing help later on. So I will be here on for like maybe next hour and a half. I don't know, 2 hours, and I'm gonna do random readings. So let's see here. Miriam. Actually, I'll take the next few people who were here earlier. Emily, you are here, right? Yes, you are. There you are, Emily. So this is actually, you know what? I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna do Emily first. Miriam. Then we have Billa Bonnie. And Priya. And that's all I have right now. So I'll keep it open. So Emily, give me his and your sign, or if it's just you, give me your sign. All right. I would like to know how this is going to go through this journey of me and the Libra. Well, he's been patient and understanding about the weight that comes with me setting things in order to be able to move towards him. It won't be till the end of February till I can get to him. And you're Libra, Libro, yes up, bro. And he is a Libra, and you want to know, like you want to know what the relationship journey is going to be like between you and him, because I see here that you are actually not in a relationship just yet, but It's almost like on hold, not really on hold, but it's queued up to turn into relationship, I think. And lack of better understanding or words here. um I want to know if he will be patient and not be on guard. If he'll be patient and not be on guard. Leo and Libra. I can probably tell you right now, as a Libra, he probably will be very patient. Libras are actually very fair people. With him, and being the only inanimate object within the all constellations, he, um, I think the problem is not being patient with him. I think the problem is like maybe over analyzing the situation. Um, like he's probably gonna try to come up with some like thoughts about you, and then he's gonna come up like some sort of tree of knowledge here, like if like a yes and no gateway kind of thing. If yes, I go this way. If no, it'll go this way. Edgar. Okay. I'm gonna try something new, Emily. Give me a number. One through 10. Give me a number real quick. He's eager. Gotcha. 5. You got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. He's very well grounded with himself. As a matter of fact, ooh. So, I have a sense that he's been super talkative with you, as a matter of fact. And I think that's why you get the sense of maybe impatience, because the fact that he's been talking about like the us thing, I suppose, but he's been talking a lot about you and him planning and stuff like that, and you're like, oh, okay, let's just take it one step at a time, he definitely has a lot of ideas and a lot of plans, which is kind of odd, especially um, I'm not sure if this is a new relationship or not, but it just seemed kind of odd to you. I think the fact that he has so many plans, and he's been really communicative about it. Um, but at the same time, with him even talking so much, I wouldn't really worry about him coming up with all these ideas, or just being so super. What's the word I'm looking for? He's being very the other thing of optimistic. That's what I'm trying to look for. Like he's being super optimistic. And I think that's probably what scared you a little bit. Not the fact that the optimism, but maybe because he's expecting something so super fast. Um, I feel his energy, and he's putting the flame up under my ass. Well, that's funny you said flame because look at this. Um, Aries, as a Leo, which is actually your sun, which is also a fire and stuff like that. And he actually is the air. We got fire and air. You two actually would actually be a really good couple, I think. And as him being a Libra, I'm pretty sure he's willing to take the steps to be like stable for you. You know, I think right now he's just kind of full of energy right now, and um, I think he's like ready to kind of burst out of his shell in a way. But I think it's okay though. It's just kind of like maybe, you know how a kid just kind of can't wait to open his Christmas presents. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting from him. I think that he is just, you know, oops. I think it's just kind of playful a little bit, and I think that's kind of cute. I think you might find it cute, but I think you just took it in a very cautious way. Like, yeah, this is kind of immature. Like, what are you doing? Can you just, you know, tone it down a little bit? I think that's okay. You two are gonna make. I think you two actually complement each other very well. Him being air, you being the fire sign. Um, and the thing is, like, you kind of like, you know, how sort of like how air kind of spreads the flames in a way, but it's actually kind of controlled. So I think you both complement each other, and then the smoke turns into air. I just need to communicate more. I just don't know what to say because all I have to say is you have to wait and be patient. I definitely agree. And I think the thing is, he is willing to be patient. We have the Saturn here up here at the top. I think also, like, you may, yeah, see, he cannot wait. That's him right there. And, but he is patient. Okay. And I'm actually feeling very good about this guy right now. I'm actually kind of smiling. It's pretty cool. Um, he he's actually able to kind of distance himself from emotions in a way he actually kind of has it in control, which I think is actually kind of interesting, especially for an air sign, because air can actually kind of go woo, but that's the Libra in him. The Libra is actually able to take things in control with his emotions, and he takes it one grain of salt at a time to make sure that the scales are not tipping in the wrong direction, right? So, give me another number real quick. Give me a number from 1 to 10 again. 3. You got it, girl. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so um that was kind of fun. I like the idea of having you draw the card too. It kind of gives puts a little interactivity, don't you think? So yes, there's some really good things actually happening here. Um, First of all, we got him as these fire signs right here. Actually, more. I'm sorry, not him, but you are these fire signs. Then we have him right here in this moon. The I think this is a guy you actually might want to hold on for a while. I think that he will kind of make you feel like a goddess. I think he's the type of person that's very giving, and Libras are actually kind of known for that too, because the fact that they're being very fair, they also like to give. And I think with him, he's a total giver. We have this moon here that actually I always seem to represent to the Libras, and and I think that's another reason why you find him so adorable, because you know, uh the symmetry that he offers in his energy is really actually very attractive. Now, um you, which I believe is actually this top row right here, um you are very, what's the word I'm looking for? you're very corporate when it comes to love. When I say that, I think it's almost like with you, it's almost like, I mean, we obviously do the whole interview concept when we go dating. I mean, that's a major duh. But I think with you, it's almost like you want to make sure that all the qualities and the qualities are actually met within your standards. And you do it so much that you actually, I mean, this major duh, you just said this, you take your time, but it's like you you kind of figure out the woven intricacies in terms of, if I actually do go with him, what are the outcomes? And you start to become the Libra yourself, in a way where you kind of balance things out. But you are very corporate when it comes to finding love, and there's nothing wrong with that. Most people kind of just jump into it and they kind of say, I'm gonna see how this works out, and that's perfectly fine too. Everybody has their own way of going about it. You, on the other hand, you want to make sure that Lego brick actually fits on it. You don't want to force it in, and if it's defective, you're gonna try to get store credit. Unfortunately, guys don't come in store credit, but maybe they do in some cases, but not this one. But yeah, I don't really like what you did there. Can I just get some store credit, please, Marcus, or what I forgot what his name was. Um, so again, I think that you actually guys would actually make a really good match. It's actually something very stable. We have here Capricorn. I think, you know, you don't have to worry too much about finances. I think he actually manages to handle his own in a way. I mean, I don't think he makes too much money, but I think that he's able to kind of balance things out to where he can actually have a very fun relationship with you. There are some sexual needs to be met between the both of you, I think, and I think that's exhibit 3A on your resume query with him, that how good are you in bed, and what other qualities do you have on you? And so by that, I think he definitely will make like your sexual needs, or at least your intimate needs, if it's not about sexual. Hey, Latoya. That's my girl Latoya, everybody. But I think that you, and I'm giggling here because I think you're giggling right now. You're probably like clapping your hands, just kind of laughing and just like, oh God, like, why did you go there? That's so true, kind of thing. Like, I think that uh, you guys can actually, I think there's some like some like maybe animal instincts within you when it comes to sex, maybe. And there's the time when you feel the heat, but there's times that he will feel the heat as well, and you both will actually be very compatible with that, I think. So let's get an affirmation card here just for the fun of it. Give pick me a number between 1 and 50. I know that's a pretty broad number. Heartstone again. So as far as your chakra, work on your heart chakra. I think you may need, what this would probably mean is probably just be a little bit trusting about the people around you, especially your intuition. Trust your intuition. I think you have maybe some problems there. You second guess yourself a lot, which obviously everybody does that. But I think it's because the fact that maybe as a Leo, or at least a fire sign, because you can get a little overconfident, and that's where you kind of fall back because you feel that your overconfidence may be garnering some negative impact with your friends, family, or whoever you work with. So trust your instincts. You're actually doing okay. You chose number 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Oh, look at that. You got the root chakra sodalite. Sodalite's sort of like our earth stone. Also, as you see right here, it is an earth card too. So this will actually kind of help keep you grounded as well. So kind of help keep you down to earth just a little bit. I'm not seeing too much of you kind of being too head in the sky, but at least being with this right here, the sodalite, and the fact that it's an earth symbol and this heart chakra, I think it will actually kind of bring you down a little bit in terms of like bring maybe controlling your energy as you become more of a sun item because of the fact that you're Leo. Your overconfidence, that's the only thing that I seem to be going focusing on here, because there's a lot of confidence within you as a Leo. So you know being able to control it with a sodalite and your heart chakra, I think will actually make you very successful, as a matter of fact, with what you're searching for in occupation wise. So I hope that was actually a fun read. It was fun for me. But and we got Libras and Leos in the house. What's up? I'm neither one of them. Sorry. Just kidding. So yeah, I hope that was actually a fun read. It was a fun read for me. Especially the fact that I'm actually using these really cool gem cards. I actually have a review coming out for them pretty soon, as a matter of fact. I don't favor them as tarot cards, but these are actually like my new ones, my zodiac ones, and they're now starting to become the next love of my life, along with my angel cards. Don't get jealous, Angel. You'll always be number one. Angel, earth angel, will you be mine? My darling dear, love you all the time. I'm such a fool in love with you. Okay, so I have here Miriam, Bilabani, Priya, and then I see some new people who just came in here. Andreina, VR, Jokovic, Jovanovic, Andreina VR Jovanovic. Did I pronounce that right? Please let me know if I did. I like trying to pronounce names, but I do apologize if I'm actually butchering it. Okay, Miriam, you are up next. Let me know your sign and your question, please. Andriana VR Jovanovic. That's a very professional name. I'm guessing that you yourself, actually you just said you already said you're a Libra, so. All right, Miriam. I would like to know how my healing process has been. Okay, so Miriam, if you don't mind giving me your sign. And if there's a second sign involved with you, let me know what it is as well. And you're Libra. Okay, so it's just Libra. All right, so how your healing is going. Huh. All right, Miriam, why don't you give me a number between 1 and 15 for me, please? Four. You got it. One, two, 3, and 4. So well, I think lately you've actually built a hard exterior. You are doing a lot I don't know. For some reason, I feel like I have to really emphasize this, and so please forgive me. A lot of talking to people, um, and you've been getting so much different advice. I think that you're kind of ready to stop the advice for one thing, because I think this is actually really not helping you at all with any of your whatever the healing that you're actually seeking right now. Um, I am feeling though that you did take someone's advice, and I think it kind of made you feel kind of beautiful in a way. But I think you kind of got some of maybe your messages up a little bit in terms of what you're kind of going through. I think you talked to a lot of people. Try to get a lot of advice on certain things. You didn't really explain exactly what you're looking for. You've actually managed to think of a way to keep it open ended, just to kind of get people's answers without being biased towards you. And you did a pretty good job about it. Nobody suspects anything, I don't think, except for some actually. But there are I just feel that right now there is something about this about you right now that you feel um kind of beautiful, more so on the inside than the outside kind of thing. The outside is kind of something I think you're wanting to work on, which I don't honestly personally don't think you need to work on your outside. You're just fine as you are. The inside though, you are definitely kind of like maybe filling yourself with a new element of water. And just to make sure I clarify here, yeah, as an air sign, we have here Pluto and air, Libra, Pluto. Pluto's not really necessarily air, but the thing is like I'm feeling that these two are very connected to you. We have these two cards right here, the Venus and the Cancer, that describes you right here, and then this last card that you pulled right here is actually something in regards to how you're feeling right now. You are definitely filling yourself up like your cup with some fresh Alhambra cold spring water right now. It's not full just yet, but I'd probably say you're I mean, the first thing that actually popped in my head is maybe halfway there. You're halfway there on filling that glass full of fresh water, and it's very refreshing. Um, let's see here. Oops, I'm actually keep this card. There's actually at the bottom of this of the deck. Um, I think you've been kind of turning yourself into a homebody in a way. You are kind of like I think you've been kind of hanging around with your family, maybe a sibling, perhaps. Does that make sense? I've been asking so much advice. Yes, I've been healing from my ex also. I've been deprived from my inner self for a while. Yeah. That's exactly what I was just talking about too. And I feel like that you've actually been hanging around a lot with your maybe like your brother or sister. It's like a sibling that I'm getting at. And I think the sibling is actually kind of like the opposite of you. You're a homebody while the sibling is actually like the more spontaneous, outgoing type person. Maybe has a bad streak to him, her, like a bad streak. I'm not sure if it's him or her, but I think you like that the adventurous bad streak kind of thing makes you feel kind of like a bad girl. Mm-hmm. And I think you know whoever this person is. Again, I really think it's actually a family member that you might be hanging out with a lot lately. Um, has been giving you a lot of like a lot of space for one thing, recharging your batteries and getting yourself more grounded. I think this person kind of gave you like the hard truth You didn't like it at first, I don't think. You kind of felt offended, but I think the fact that you gotten the hard truth from this person that you're being influenced with, um, you're sort of, it's sort of like, you need to wake the hell up kind of thing. Like they're kind of talking to you very, very sternly, and they're like, you need to snap the hell out of it because it's trifling attitude kind of thing. Like that's kind of how they're talking to you, and it, you didn't like it at first. It probably took you maybe a week or two to kind of get over it somehow, and then you're like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. I want to try these things because the person actually kept coming back to you. Is like, hey, let's go do something. Let's go check something out. And this person is actually kind of like your shoulder in a way. Um, your sister, and she's like my friend and my soul sister. Hey, sister, soul sister, wanna get that soul sister, itchy itchy yeah. Oh God. I'm not gonna quit my day job, people, don't even worry. But yeah, so you're saying it's your sister, and that's the thing here. This is you and your sister, and she, I think, has like this streak to her that kind of makes you feel kind of outgoing. It actually made you recharge your batteries a little bit. She kind of gave you this the strict hard truth kind of thing because you really wanted to be real. She gave it to you, and right now you need to stick with her. She is going to be the clutch that you need to actually get out of this crutch that you're going through right now. And if you were to actually heal yourself, work on your solar plexus. Work on your solar plexus and give me a card between 1 and 30. Give me a number between 1 and 30. 6. You got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Christ of Praise. So this actually tunes into your crown chakra. So, and I think that's actually exactly what you need. Christ of Praise, and you have to kind of bear with me. I actually really don't like reading in books, but I'm just learning gemstones, and there's so many out there. It's really kind of hard to keep up. My friend Latoya actually is really good at this stuff, and I just wish she was on audio. But Latoya, if you don't know anything, if you know anything about this card, girl, please feel free to let us know in the chat if you want to. But just to kind of do a quick card look up here about this particular one. And again, I'm so sorry. I feel I don't usually don't like doing this, but this helps us to not be overwhelmed by our emotions. Look at that. So the main question is, what makes us nervous or agitated? Do we act impulsively? Are we aware of the results of our actions? And this combats fears of obsessions, helps in situations when we feel inferior, and transforms pessimism into optimism and a wish to act. So, booyah. And that's something that your spirit's guide, your vibrations, however you believe in it, told you to pick that number, and you got this right here. I think you should also hone in onto your solar plexus as well. Look up the gemstones. I think it's yellow citrine, I think it's called, for the solar plexus. And the solar plexus is actually kind of the same as almost Leo's in a way. Trying to get that inner light within you, so to speak, and it really helps you out with terms of building that confidence within you. So it's already speaking to you right now. And I think that once you really meditate on this stone and your chakra right there, the crown chakra and the solar plexus, I think that you'll actually be on your way. This is going to be taking some time here. I mean, if I was to really give you a time estimate, which I usually don't like to do that, but I'd probably say maybe towards the middle of the year, perhaps you might actually kind of start feeling a little better. Probably more towards 100%. Like, I think something in the middle of the year will actually distract you so much that you're just going to like kind of kind of forget about it in a way. But getting over these things is almost quick. I wouldn't know, but it's almost like quit smoking in a way. Going cold turkey on something that you are obsessive over, and it's really really hard. So yes, absolutely, Miriam. Thank you. Those were actually a really good reading. So, and you guys are actually, allow me to try something new with you, because I have this fabulous lava bowl right here with my chakra stones, and I'm actually using it to kind of help me pick out a good chakra that you could totally meditate on. So, and I was trying to figure out how I can use these in my readings, and so now I have. Huzzah! So yes, and the zodiacs have spoken. So saith the zodiac. All right, so I'm gonna take a quick, like, like a 3 minute or less break. I just need to get some water real quick, and I think I have next here is Billabani. And if you would like to be on the list, just let Latoya know. And I have Adriana too, Priya as well. So I'll be right back. And did you know? And which one did you use? Oh, I see you. All right. So as soon as I come back, Adriana, you'll be next. Okay. I appreciate your donation, and therefore I will honor that. So thank you very much for that, Miriam. And after excuse me, I meant to say Adriana. I meant to say also thank you to Miriam for your time as well. So first we'll have Adriana, then Billabani, then Priya. All right. So I'll be right back with you. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's get some new incense and new energy here for you. Do you agree? I agree. New good energy, girl. Nicole. Hello. Doing very well. How about yourself? Okay. Okay. Oh no. All right, Adriana Villar Jovanovic. I love saying your name. Oh, trust me, I know the feeling, Nicole. The busyness. Whew. So, Adriana, let's get to work, shall we? Tell me, how can I help you? And let me know the signs involved with your question, please.
So you got more readings?
I'm sorry, what?
You have more readings?
Yes.
How's those earplugs doing?
Doing pretty well.
Good.
Doing very, very well. I'm actually about to read for Adriana Villar Jovanovic. I love saying her name. It's a challenge. It's a good challenge. I love speaking names. Okay. Very powerful name, too. And you are a Libra. Ooh, very good. With a Leo rising. Oh, with Leo rising. Asking about my Sagittarius with Gemini rising. Interesting. So, are you just looking for something? Oh, you want to go to see if you're going to the next level. All right. So, let's see, shall we? So, the interesting thing about Geminis, so and actually Libras too. As I'm shuffling this, I thought to let you know. So here's the interesting thing. I feel like that maybe this Gemini probably it's probably like was first attracted to you. I think probably asked you out. And I say that because as a Libra, Libras are very beautiful, very centered, symmetrical, beauty, things like that. And I think he was probably attracted to you first. But as a Gemini, now here's the story about Geminis, which is actually really interesting. Geminis is obviously, what you may or may not know, is the two brothers. And the two brothers, one was actually born from the same mother, from the same egg, by two different fathers, which is actually kind of weird. But what happened here is that the one father was a god, the other one wasn't, and therefore one brother was actually immortal while the other one actually lived on Earth. Well, the story goes is that one of the brothers actually died in an accident, and left the immortal brother to live, but he didn't actually want to live any further, so he actually asked his father Zeus to kill him, which he refused. But then he actually gave up his immortality to save his brother from Hades. So Very, very interesting story. But the what brings this forward is that the keywords that we see here is like loyalty, a duality of some sort. They're actually willing to be in two places and whatnot. And I think that's one thing you actually like about him is that he's actually able to change his moods. For whatever the reason being, maybe he's down in the dumps at one point, and you're like, "Oh, well, let's go with David Buster's," and he's like, "Okay," and so. Not exactly like that, but he I feel is actually really strong suit. And as far as Libras go, what makes you so unique is the fact that you are the only inanimate object within the zodiacs. So but obviously it's about the scales, and you, or at least some traits about the Libras is that they love balance and order, fairness, things like that, right? One little piece of rice tips the scales, and your world pretty much comes down to a halt until you are able to kind of bring some sanity to the chaos, right? So do me a favor, Adriana. So I'm trying to roll my R's here. I love rolling my R's. I just learned how to roll my R's last year. That's so weird. But give me a number between 1 and 15. Adriana. Adriana? Oh, that makes sense because the I is like E. Adriana. That's Andreina. Andreina. Andreina Villar. Andreina Villar Jovanovic. Andreina. See, my partner, because he's trying to get me to learn Spanish, and so sometimes the white person in me usually says I as a ina instead of ina. He's like, you must like emphasize the I's, emphasize the I, ina. I'm like, I am saying ina, damn it. um, he loves me. Okay, so, and you said number 7. Okay. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And just to make sure I understood this correctly. Oh wow, you're both air symbols. So, uh I think you actually are ready to move on to the next area. Here's the reason why. So I have here. So none of these cards really actually associates with you, but the thing is, in terms of like your elements and whatnot. Although you did say that you are, I think you said you're a rising Leo. Yeah, and he's Sagittarius, which is actually fire, with Gemini rising. So those are two fire symbols, as a matter of fact, and we do have a fire here and a fire here. Now, actually, what I'm seeing here is actually a very, very new beginning here, which I think actually represents the whole new level that you're wanting to ask about. This whole new level is actually going to kind of open some doors here for you. I think mostly good, maybe just a little bit of rough spots here and there. I think, but I really worry too much about it. They're easily squashable because I think between the two of you, uh, you're very compatible, and I think you actually manage to work out almost any issue, which is actually a really excellent trait. So, but I really feel that right now like your relationship with him is super stable. I say this because we have the Saturn down here, and we also have a Capricorn here too. And I think your love life with him is actually very stable too. So there's nothing wrong there. I really, and I'm seeing a lot of signs here in terms of of being able to take it to, there's a, the opportunity is definitely there, and it's, and you guys are definitely ready. We have here the Aries along with the water, so you have fire and water, which is actually, complementing element between the two. It creates some pretty good steam, but it is definitely making some new grounds here for you. um yeah, both air and fire, exactly. And oh, look at this, a Sagittarius. Well, what do you know? um and look at that, you're Leo. So I think one of the challenges that I think you will actually have with him is that I think he's kind of fast paced, and you kind of like to take it a little bit slow. Actually, I take that back. You're not slow at all. You're actually fast paced, but he's actually faster, right? But he's really adaptable to change and stuff like that. And I think he's also kind of like, uh, I wouldn't say smothering. There's a proper word for this where they're really attached to you. And I think it kind of gets to you a little bit sometimes. Maybe you're like, okay, I love you too. Now give me some me time, please. And so I think that's the kind of boundaries that you need to kind of set with him, is that you need to make sure that you get your me time. And I think that he can easily kind of take up your me time, um, and therefore kind of shift your priorities a little bit. So you really want to be kind of careful with that in the next level of what you want to take it to. Um, is he psychic? I feel that he has some type of clairvoyance to him. He's really in tune to his crown chakra. This guy is gifted. You are, yes, but I think that he's actually gifted. Like there's something about him, about his crown chakra. Maybe it's not so much um, as a third eye perhaps, but I really think that there's some type of clairvoyance with him, and I think this is kind of how uh, he kind of uses this to his advantage to communicate with you. I feel that he actually kind of says the right things with you a lot, as a matter of fact. And I think you probably got suspicious at one point. I think maybe like, how did you know I was about to say something like that? It's almost like finishing each other's sentences in a way. We are communication like telepathy. Boom, there you go. Um, yeah, he, and I just said it right now. I just said it right now. He, like, you guys finish, like it's almost like he finishes your, like you both finish each other's sentences, but with him it's more so though. You being like, I could totally see you being, opening your third eye. Your third eye was actually kind of drawn to you in a way where you kind of just kind of open your senses to spirituality and things like that. Him is actually kind of a gift given by birth. And I don't think he's been like I don't think he's done anything bad with it, so you don't have to worry too much about that. He doesn't use it negatively or anything. But the guy is super duper loyal to you. Does he love you? Well, let's ask some questions. Give me a number between 1 and 10. 3. You got it. Yes. As a matter of fact, uh, like I think actually with him, it's like he's starting to realize that he's actually loving you. He actually really does enjoy you. But look at this. We got Leo, Gemini. I have another Leo here. I always like to not Leo, but Libra. So like this relationship is definitely compatible. It's very well grounded. I think the both of you are super secure with each other. Um, And like I said, there's total loyalty here. Just make sure that you set the boundaries in terms of making sure you get your me time, because I think he tends to smother. I think so. You need to kind of like make sure you set those boundaries a little bit, and he'll understand. I mean, he might kind of be like, "Oh, you don't want to hang out with me?" Like he'll probably push some buttons there. And I think you know what I call him on his shit. So the thinker, yeah. So uh I think you know how to call him on his shit, and I think that's a good thing too, because not many people. I don't think he's been kind of like I think maybe during his childhood, not necessarily rich, but things were kind of spoon fed to him, and he didn't really get disciplined a whole lot. I think, but he turned out okay, and I think you call him on his shit, which he gets surprised about it, but he gets used to it. So this is actually a really good, healthy relationship. Choose me another card between 1 and 30. Another number between 1 and 30. Yeah, you should totally work on your crown chakra. 1 through 30. I have a sense of feeling too that he might be a jokester. Do you guys play pranks on each other? 19. Okay, you got it. Do you guys play pranks on each other? For some reason, I feel like there's like jokes. 18 and 19. Turquoise. That right there is your throat, as if I'm not mistaken. That would be your throat chakra. Blue, heart, green, blue. Yeah, throat chakra, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check that stone there for a second. Number 32. Again, I apologize for looking in the book. Very unprofessional on my part, but again, I'm still learning the gemstones. um, Turquoise combats the tendency to be victim and makes people capable of acting with strength and efficiency in difficult moments. It promotes harmony in couples. Wow, excellent. So maybe pick yourself up a turquoise. I think that actually might be helping you out in terms of finding that space I was talking about. Um, yeah, uh, I totally would talk about your chakra. Let's see here. Just double checking something here. Yeah, that would actually be your throat chakra. And so this is your throat chakra. So you want to use that to kind of help find the confidence in terms of talking to him. Um, letting him know about your needs for me time and stuff like that, and of course your crown chakra to kind of help keep that open mindedness. So yeah, that was actually a very fun read. I wish you the best of luck with him as well. And I do appreciate your your donation. And for that, if you would like to hit me up on another time, I'll definitely be happy to read you again. Andreina. Andreina Vyar Jovanovic. It's kind of weird because you know how some people on TV they see the word Hakeem as the name, but sometimes because maybe they're like super wet like me, they'll try to pronounce it in a way of saying Joaquin. I'm like, no, it's not Joaquin. I actually had a colleague named Joaquin, and we were talking to a customer once over the phone, and we're doing a conference call. He's like, "So Joe Quinn?" I'm like, "No, it's Joaquin." It's like Joe Quinn, and I actually try to say to him over the phone, I'm like, "Okay, so Joaquin, what do you think we should do?" And he's like, "Oh, okay." And I'm like, "Thank you, Joaquin." And then the customer still said Joe Quinn. I'm like, "Okay, you're not paying attention at all." All right. So, who do we have here in the room, Latoya? I have here Billabani and Priya. I'm not sure if they're still with us, but you're very welcome, Andrea and Andreina. Ooh, I almost missed it. Andreina. Namaste. Who else is in the room? Who else is in the room? Participants. Billabani, Priya, Nikhil, Nikhil, if you're there, I'll be happy to take your reading. Woo, there you are, Nikhil. So we party up in here. So we'll go ahead and skip Bill and Priya. They're not responding just yet. But we'll go ahead and go to Nikhil. Nikhil, go ahead and give me your sign and your question. Yes, you. So go ahead and give me your sign and your question. You're Libra. He is a Virgo, and we unite. Will we reconcile? How? What type of relationship will this be? Interesting. So I'm taking it that there was a falling out in this relationship. Nikhil, anytime. It's my pleasure. Yeah. Those are always hard, aren't they? Alright, Nikhil, if you could do me a favor, pick a number between 1 and 20. Yeah, Nikhil, I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself here. There might have been a little delay here. Hi, Priya. Oh, there you are. No. As a matter of fact, you were next, but you weren't around, so we'll be happy to get you onto the list. So, Nikhil, if you want to give me a number, 1 through 20. Between 1 and 20. Ten, you got it. Seven, 8, 9, and 10. So, bad news. I think there's still some bad blood in the air. Um, when I say bad blood, I just mean like just frustrations, maybe a little bit of confusion. Were you the reason of this falling out? I mean, and I don't mean this question. If you don't want to answer that question or not, that's fine. Um, I just feel that might have been something about you that kind of led to this falling out a little bit. I think. Um, I don't see anything new um, in between the two of you in terms of reconciliation. Like I said, I still think there's some bad blood here, and I mean I don't mean that in a very super heavyweight way. I mean what I mean by that is just that I just think that there's still some issues that needs to be kind of like settled in between the two of you. Um, I think he's kind of content where he's at. And he's not really looking around for anything either. I think you guys talk. You might have talked a little bit. He might have actually said something to you that might have hinted something, but I don't think he's really interested. I don't think he's really interested. Oh yeah, yes, kinda. Yeah, I don't think he's interested in getting back together with anybody. As a matter of fact, I think he's just trying to give himself a break. Um, it really exhausted him this last relationship, and his cup is empty right now. So he's kind of living the bachelor life a little bit. I wouldn't say like bachelor as in like he's gonna get with any women he can, but he does get flirted a lot. I think he's a very attractive kind of person, but even with all the flirtations and the moves that got put onto him, he's not really taking them in. He's not really letting the invites um, come to fruition with him. Uh, and I think right now he's kind of focusing on his job. He might have been. I think he's been offered something. I think maybe because it's actually kind of offering him what he wanted actually for a very long time. Like maybe some new occupation actually is kind of like in sight with him. I wouldn't say maybe with his present job, but it's definitely some type of something that he's been wanting. Um, and I think that's where he's at right now. He's really actually kind of just you know really focusing on his life at the moment. He just wants to kind of like be back to stability before he really lets his emotions come through. Uh, if you do make a move to him, I think that you're probably going to you may rekindle something, but if you did even start a relationship back with him, I don't think it's actually going to last that long. I mean, it'll give you what you want, but it's not going to be what he wants, and he's just going to kind of come back to it. And I think that it's just going to be kind of a struggle. It might be kind of pulling teeth for him a little bit. He'll be on the edge. The communication won't be the same as much. Um, if you really want to get back with him, I think the best thing you need for him right now is just give him the space. I don't even see friendship here either. So give him the space. He actually might come back to you, but yeah, he doesn't want to get his heart broken again either. I mean, I wouldn't say heartbroken. I just don't think he just wants to go through issues like pain issues, things like that. I mean, I can't say for certain where the pain actually lies in between the two of you, and I think it might be half half, but um, I don't. I just don't see any type of friendship or reconciliation, and I think you should probably respect that for now. Um, but it's the situation. If you don't mind, kind of sharing just a little bit about what the situation is, I could, it gives me a little bit better insight to where I can probably give you some personal advice in terms of how to proceed forward. Uh, yeah, I'm still not seeing. I'm still seeing him trying to focus on his life a little bit first, like goals of some sort. Let's see here. Yeah, you are super loyal to the whole thing. He's not. He's actually on the fence of it. And I think he's kind of closing up because of it too. Um, and if you do push him, in a way, it's gonna bite back. So just keep that in mind if you do decide to open line of communication with him, and you're trying to get back together. I probably wouldn't recommend it right now. And let's see here. Why don't you give me a number between 1 and 30. And what you should also, while you give me that number, you should give me, it's very complicated, but he wanted me to do sacrifices that I can't do. Does he love me at least? Does he love you at least? Um, Signs are kind of pointing to sort of no. Um, like I said, there's like a little bit of bad blood there somewhere. At the very beginning that I mentioned, and with you actually kind of mentioning about that, making these type of sacrifices, the fact that you were not wanting to do these sacrifices is probably what caused the bad blood in the first place. He probably can't, probably feels like that maybe the trust has been misplaced in a way. There's love for you, but I don't think in love would actually be the word that we're looking at here. So, bring this down just a little bit. But yeah, I don't think that would be the right keyword is in love with you, but more just in the point of that, he definitely has love for you, but just not in love with you. 30. Okay. Give me a 30. So I think you should actually work on your heart chakra. That's what I just pulled out right here. Work on your heart chakra. This will help kind of heal the wounds a little bit with you in terms of this relationship woes. I just pulled this out, and by the way, I pull these stones out by random. Okay, I let the spirits, the guides, the energies and the vibrations move these crystals around, and I choose it by random. And this stone right here is for you. You should totally focus on your heart chakra. And you can find some gemstones to kind of help you with that as well. Okay, 30. 2, 3, 6, 7, 29, 30. Look at that. So, black tourmaline. So this is like a earthbound element. So you should also ground yourself. Ground yourself and also focus on your third eye chakra as well. So heal your heart chakra, but work on your third eye as well. The third eye would actually kind of help you get in contact with your spirit guides. They have something to tell you. Okay. And maybe it's the fact that you decided to get out of this because of these sacrifices. It's probably actually one of the best moves and stuff like that. So look into a black tourmaline, see how that works with you. As a matter of fact, you know what? Like I said, I'm sorry for reading the book, but I'm going to read it for you here until I actually get myself more in tune on how to read these things. But I really want to make sure be thorough here for you in terms of gemstones. So it reinforces the rationality of things. What attitude do we have when we need to resolve a problem? Are we impulsive or reflective? Do we manage to understand the essence of a situation? Totally right up your alley, don't you think? The black tourmaline favors the recovery of vital energy and is excellent as a painkiller. It protects from negative thoughts and is an optimal shield against negativity from the environments. So, yeah, you totally need to focus on that black tourmaline, your third eye. Get those thoughts focused on yourself, and also work on your heart chakra as well with some meditation. Even find some gemstones associated to the heart chakra that would actually help heal your broken heart. And then this will actually keep you grounded and make sure that you're thinking rationally too. So, all right. That was actually a very interesting read. I'm sorry to hear about the bad news though, but you know, life hands us lemons and we have to make lemonade. Esmeralda. I should, you know, it's funny you mentioned that, Esmeralda. I actually want to get into doing that, doing daily horoscope type things. You know, pulling out cards for certain people. I probably wouldn't say maybe daily. I'll probably start off with maybe just a monthly, maybe even doing a week. Um, Latoya, absolutely, you can go after Priya. You got my love, girl. Priya. So, Esmeralda, we'll definitely get you onto the list. And Bacon is doing super well. He's actually sleeping right next to my dryer right now because it's nice and warm. Let's see here. Uh, Thank you so much. Absolutely, you're very welcome, Nickel. Um, so yes, Priya, how may I help you, love? Please let me know your sign and your question. Both signs if there is another person within your question. And while I'm waiting for your question, I'm gonna get some more incense because I love my incense. I love it a lot. Ooh, baby. Ooh, this was a big one. Look at this. Your Virgo moon, Cancer sun. What big changes coming my way? Ooh. What big changes are coming your way? A very good question. Maybe it's time to change that water filter in your refrigerator. Get some good water. I'm just kidding. This right here is a blue incense. I don't know what it is. It's I think it's sage. One of my favorites, as a matter of fact. And the sage incense usually come in blue. All right, let me clean this area here real quick. Clear, clear, clear. All right. Aka, absolutely you can. Okay, so uh ooh, white sage. I haven't heard that one before. I've been getting really into Nag Shempa. I love the smell of Nag Shempa for some reason. It just smells so good. Priya, what's in store for you? And Priya, why don't you go ahead and give me a number between 1 and 15? I think I have. And I think I like that one too. I have to look that back up again. 6, you got it. I think someone's going to be communicating with you. Maybe an opportunity of some sort. Um, so I'm getting opportunity. I'm getting some type of of like maybe a call coming your way too. Um, because I think you brought some. Did you talk to somebody recently about some ideas? I think you brought some really great ideas to the table somewhere, and I think someone's going to call you about it. Something that you're very interested in, as a matter of fact. I think you might have been kind of studying this. This I want to say job, as you know, you might have been studying for a particular occupation, and I think you've been kind of on the search for it. And I think you've talked to somebody, which kind of sparked a conversation about you. And I think you're being talked about. I think that's actually what it is here. And you might get, um, and you are looking for a job. Yeah. So that actually kind of falls in line with what I just said. So you are going to get a call from somebody. You had this idea about something, and it's going to spark like a chain reaction, and they're going to get in contact with you soon. Um, Something that you really, really wanted to do. Um, I think it's going to happen soon. Oh, and it's definitely going to change your life, I think. Um, we have here the Pluto sitting right here. And I think that you're going to be moving super quick in this. As a matter of fact, it'll be so quick. I think you might get just a little flustered with it, perhaps. But uh, in the end, you're gonna figure it out. You're gonna be like, I got this. It's like a piece of cake. Um, Stay grounded and confident, though. Stay grounded and confident because I think you're gonna overthink things too. When this opportunity comes around, I feel that you will look at the qualities in terms of should I go with A or B? If I do take B, what happens to A? Or what happens to my family? What happens to this? You're going to go down this huge rabbit hole, and I think you might have done it before. Ooh, last year of graduation. See, look at this. I mean, this is all falling in line with what I'm actually talking about right now about occupation opportunities and something you've been like really like at the very beginning. Uh, right here is what I pictured it in terms of something that you've been kind of like working at. And I mean, you can dial back on this video and listen to this again. Uh, but there's a problem here, and it's something that you do to yourself, and you're very over analytical, and you also might have blind optimism too. Don't worry about too much about the blind optimism, but the over analytical side about yourself is what can cause a problem with you, and you really don't need to do that. Uh, I think this actually might resonate with you. Your family can take care of themselves. I think that you're going to think about like what's going to happen with mom and papa and my sisters and brothers, if any, and my dog and my friends and stuff like that. They're going to be okay. All right. They're grown-ups. They can take care of themselves. And I think you might have felt that you were probably sort of like the mother in the family. Perhaps you might think that you kind of like hold the family together. Don't worry about it. They need to take care of themselves, and they will. They need to They need to be able to, they will get into some problems, and I think you might have dished them out in certain things. You kind of like, use your intellectualism and your ingenuity. I can't always never say that word. Your creativity. We'll put it that way. You use your creativity to help kind of deal with the problem. You're like the moderator, I think, in between the two, and I think that's where this over analytical stuff kind of helped out in their situation, and therefore it exercised you to always be over analytical. It's okay. Yeah. So if they're in separation, they're going to be okay. Just take care of yourself. I literally just said it right now, right before you type this out. So I'm not joking. And I really think that this message needs to come to you, and you really need to hone in onto this. Take care of yourself. You're a grown up. They are a grown up. Life happens, and it doesn't stop with them. And there might be some things where they're going to say, hey, Priya, you need to talk to, so-and-so because he's not thinking properly or she's not thinking properly. You need to be like, Priya is going to help Priya right now. I'm sorry. I don't have time for this. And therefore, there's one thing that my friend has both Latoya and Shar has told me, is that as I'm going down this spiritual path and journey with myself, and I start announcing it out to the world, like using Instagram and stuff like that, there's going to be people who choose not to be friends with me because of this, but there will be people who will become friends with me because of this. So with that said, your relationship with whomever feels that you're not doing the deed that you're supposed to for your friends and family, they'll get over themselves, okay? But your parents will actually support you even more, and you're actually getting a lot more respect too. It's going to be kind of tough to actually say no, and I think you're a type of person who probably has a hard time saying no. Learn how to say no. Okay? So, yeah, get yourself grounded here. And look at that. I got the Libra here. And I know you're not really attached to Libra, but I always attach it to the Moon card here. You need to keep yourself stable. You need to keep yourself like don't get mixed up into anybody else's business. I know you don't like this word a lot, but you need to start becoming a bitch. I'm sorry. Do you see possibilities of settling down out of the country? Well, I don't see anything in terms of settling down out of the country, but I mean, there's opportunities here that's coming here. Saturn and Capricorn as well, especially Libra. So there's a very strong possibility that it could actually happen. I mean, I could probably draw a yes and no card for you. I really don't trust yes or no cards, but the thing is, it can kind of give you maybe a pathway of what to maybe expect to your question, and you can use it to maybe drive you, to give you some visual stimulation, some visual positivity in terms of what you really want to do. But first things first is just to take care of you. Don't worry about moving out of the country. Just get your shit together, your education, your job, and even job opportunities will find you new education. Like there's tech companies out there. I'm not exactly sure which country you're in. I can guess, but there's tech companies out there and that will hire for like what's call it. I don't know. For some reason, I feel that you're probably getting into the tech industry, maybe. Something in programming, perhaps, or maybe in line of programming communications of some sort. And there's a lot of startup companies out there too. That doesn't necessarily have to be that, but you're living in India. That's what I've kind of figured too by the name. And correct me if I'm wrong about what you're studying, but I think that you're studying in terms of like, something within in the technical industry, like either like development programming, in line, it's like something about communication and development. And it definitely suits a lot within the tech industry, and there's so many advocacy. So there you go. you can actually use. I mean, there's a lot of companies out there that can actually use that kind of trait, and I just mentioned communication too, which kind of falls into advocacy. So um, um, use that to your advantage. There's lots of startups out there. They may have you work from remote, but there's possibilities they'll actually have you travel back and forth, as a matter of fact. And then that will even give you some opportunities to open up to living conditions as well. So, yes and no, yes and no, yes and no. Signs point to possibly no that you're going to be moving out of the country just yet, but I wouldn't stress too much about that. Don't make that too much of your priority, but you can definitely make it a goal for yourself. Sort of like, this is what I plan to do by the end of the year, something like that. I'd love to move to a different country, and anything is possible. Hey Maria, anything is possible. You know, in terms of what you want to do. So let's go ahead and get some okay, so work on your solar plexus. Give me a number between 1 and 30. So with the solar plexus, that's really going to help you with your confidence. Keeps your light shining bright, and especially for education. So yellow citrine is actually a really good stone for that. But meditate about your yellow chakra. That will help you in terms of having an inner light within you, the confidence of what you need. Number 25. Okay, so that's 30, 20, let's see, 32, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, and 25. Obsidian. And we're looking at the crown chakra here. Actually, you know what? I don't think I shuffled these. Give me 1 second. I'm going to shuffle this here real quick. Darling Maria. How are you doing, my love? Okay, you said 25. 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, and 25. Turquoise, your throat chakra. And I just got through talking about in terms of learning to say no. Yes. Turquoise is about getting the confidence if you need in your emotions and stuff like that. Especially seeing that this is a water card, you need to make sure that you get your emotions straight and understand the difference between just saying no to the right people and saying no in a rudest way, kind of thing. But what I'm trying to get at is you have the solar plexus for your confidence, your inner light. Then you have your throat chakra to help you with how you speak, and meditate on those. You can even get yourself a turquoise to really help you with that. And you know what? I'll just go ahead and read you back what the turquoise means here. The turquoise stimulates the perception of our psychophysical unity. And turquoise combats the tendency to be victim and makes people capable of acting with strength and efficiency in difficult moments. It promotes harmony in couples. So, with that said, I think this would actually really help you out in terms of getting what you need and being very vocal and very confident in terms of what you want to get into. That was a pretty cool read. I like that one. So I hope that was helpful, Priya. All right. So, hi.
Hi, busy.
What's up?
I was listening to how the third eye.
Oh, just now.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? What'd you learn about it?
Well, you have to relax.
Yep.
And you have to get all that worries and everything out of your mind.
It's all about meditation.
Meditation.
Yeah. So, Latoya, you are next. You said you want to be read next. So, let me take a quick 3-minute break. I'll get to you, and then if you could take note of who else wants to be next on the list, we'll get them onto the list. So I'll be right back in about 3 minutes. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Um, let's see here. So, Latoya, would you mind helping me organize my list? I don't have anybody else on this list right now, and I'm doing my best going through all these levels of information and stuff like that. It can disorganize me. How are things going? How will things go this upcoming week? And not cast after you. All right. Let's see here. Latoya, pick a number between 1 and 10. Oh, nice. Did you try updating your resume, Maria? Did those pointers help out at all? 2. You got it, Latoya. Awesome. You're more than welcome to shoot me an email to taro at groovedefy.com. The email's right there on the screen and also in the description. If you want to send me your resume again, I'll be more than happy to look over your cover letter and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be great. Okay. Latoya, how are things going to come up for you this week? 2. I feel that you were imbalanced this past week for some reason. And I think you kind of expressed it before last time we chatted too. I think this coming week is actually going to be kind of easy for you. It's going to be a breeze. I think you'll be very calm, well balanced, and I think you might find attraction to something too. Maybe attraction to an Earth person. I think you might have an attraction between a Pisces and an Aries, or maybe the combination of the two. Maybe like an air sign of some sort. They'll either be Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. I think that's what it is. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I think it's going to be one of those 3. I think you're going to meet somebody. Hmm. Though maybe meet somebody, but I don't know if it's going to be a very long term though. Yeah, it's actually going to be very short term, as a matter of fact. Kind of a hit and go kind of thing. And I think you're going to be kind of attracted to this kind of person. Um, I think this person is going to make you feel really nice, I suppose. Um, might even make you drop your guard just a little bit. And it's definitely a guy. But this person that you might run into, though, I think it's going to kind of spark some things within you. But the only problem is it's not going to last too long, and I think you're going to be disappointed about that. But it's actually going to make you kind of feel pretty good. I think it's actually going to, this conversation you have with this person is going to kind of uplift you in a way. Um, it's actually going to spark some really good conversation. You might have dinner with him, I think, but it's not going to happen too long though. It's not going to last too long. That's the only problem. Um, that's what I'm hoping to achieve when I see him this week. Oh, look at that! See, I'm not even looking at. See, I try not to look at the chats, because I don't want to get biased of some sort. But I've said it right now, and you're already confirming it right now too. And I think that you're going to be meeting somebody. It's going to be very short term, but um, it's going to be kind of a hit and quick kind of thing. And I think you're going to have a really good time with this person. Um, wow, I hit it around the head. I said air too. And you know what actually prompted me by air? Because there was a fire and a water symbol. Oh, hippie! I love it. You're here. Um, that's what I'm hoping to achieve when I see him this week. Drop my guard for better communication. Yes, you definitely need to do that. There is um, there's a calmness about him. I think that you like, and I think that's actually what you actually really welcome because you. I know you live a very busy life, and with him, he's super grounded. Hence the Earth card that we have down here, right? Um, he's super grounded. He's very still, a very homebody type person. Saturn, homebody. I really think that's kind of why you really enjoy talking to him because he has his shit together in a way. And you like the fact that he's very stationary. Um, I feel that he's probably a big guy too, like maybe a stocky person. And I only got a few cards left here in this deck, which will kind of wrap that part up here. But um, yeah, um, he's skinny but tall. Okay, then I was wrong about that one because I was looking at Taurus and I was thinking maybe he might be this, but um, I think he has the traits of being a very loyal type person too. Uh, very memorable as a matter of fact. I think he's actually has sort of like a photographic memory, so to speak. So probably better than how you perceive memory and information. So like for example, both of you might be talking, and he might recall up some events. You're like, "Holy crap! I don't even remember that," or "I don't even know what you're talking about," and he can explain it in extreme detail. So I think that's what's really cool about him. So I think that's what's going on for you. That's going to be the major highlight is that you're going to be meeting somebody, and that's all these cards are actually kind of telling me right now is you're meeting somebody. There's nothing else that actually is coming perspective here in terms of anything else that might be happening. I think the highlight is that you're going to be talking to this person, and it's going to be very enjoyable for the short amount of time that's actually going to be happening. Yeah. Photographic memory right here. So, let's see here. What kind of chakras should you be focusing on? Oh my god. Oh my god, Latoya. You got the sacral stone. You got the sacral stone. Pick a number between 1 and 30. Girl. I'm laughing because I know what you're thinking because we've been talking about this before. Give me a number between 1 and 36. You got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Red Jasper. Sacral. I don't know. I think there's going to be another highlight in here. Bow, chicka, bow, bow. Sorry. But it doesn't mean that you. It doesn't really mean anything actually. It could mean that it might spark some desires actually, but the fact that you have a sacral chakra here plus red jasper, and then you got this red jasper right here. So yeah, is this chipped? Did I chip that? No, I didn't. I hope I didn't. Oh well. So, girl, meditate on that chakral stone, and then listen to me sounding getting all provocative here. Um, but yeah, get yourself a sacral stone. I know you have your stones and everything. Um, but I think this might be kind of in terms of what you're looking for. And it's so funny. We got a red jasper here, red jasper here. The guy, I mean, come on, like, this might be the thing that you actually might be looking for. So, um, have fun. Have fun with this guy. I think he's really great. Um, he's super grounded, and he's super intelligent as well. Uh, Intelligent meaning like he has a very photographic memory, and I think that you're going to really actually you're going to really enjoy your time with him. But the only thing is, it's going to be a very short time, so I wouldn't plant my roots too deep. Um, there you go. I don't think you should plant your roots too deep uh, with him. Because you don't want to get too hurt. The fact that he lives in a different area than you do, but it's up to you. If you can make it work, make it work. If not, then friends with benefits. There you go. So Latoya, that was for you. Did you need something? Oh, you're welcome to sit if you want. Oh. Yeah, you're staying a few days. Well, that explains it because I even said that it's going to be short term, and there you have it. It's only a few days, but enjoy it while you can. Um, Sacral. Is it dry?
Still a little damp. They have a grooming tomorrow, right?
What?
A grooming.
What?
Don't they go for their grooming tomorrow?
No, next week.
Oh, it's next week?
Week.
Oh, okay.
All right. You're in the video. The white ghost. No, it was facing this way.
Oh, I was hoping.
Yeah. All right. You're welcome, Latoya. Love you too. Okay, who's next on the list here? I see that there's 7 people in the chat, perhaps. I think it's Aka and then Maria, perhaps. Or you said you didn't need a reading for you at this time. Aka. So, Aka, how can I help you? Please let me know your sign or signs if there's another person. What's coming for you in the next 7 days? And what is your sign? And to everybody viewing this video, you're welcome to email me at tarot@groovedefied.com. The email is right up here at the top of the screen and also down there in the description. Yes, like so you are a Scorpio. Okay. And Aka, if you can pick a number between 1 and 10. Four. You got it. Here, I'll show you what they're seeing right here. That's what they're seeing right now. Ooh, that one popped out. You're getting that one. One, two, 3, and 4. Okay. I think you're going to have a very encouraging week. Something in the line of maybe good fortune. It just pointed over to fire here. So, you said that you were a Scorpio, right? So I think you're going to have a very fun week, actually. I think that's actually what it is. There actually might be a pretty good luck week, as a matter of fact, too. You're actually going to have something very lucky that is going to happen to you, as well as maybe something that's going to be super encouraging. So I think the next week is actually going to be very something uplifting. But you are going to have a very lucky day in one of these days, I think, that's coming around. And it might be towards the beginning of the week, perhaps. I'm thinking occupation here, but I'm not 100% sure. I just know that something nice is actually going to happen to you. And then I feel you might have some type of opening, like a third eye opening of some sort. Aka, don't take this the wrong way, and I could be 100%, 1,000% possibly wrong. I just need to understand this. That way I know how, if these sensations I get is, if I'm interpreting it wrong, or if it's actually correct. I feel that you've also, and you don't have to answer this too. If you choose not to answer, I completely understand because this is a very sensitive question too. But I feel that maybe you might be experimenting with yourself. Um, I probably would say experimenting with yourself, but maybe you're starting to find attraction of the same sex, perhaps. And please correct me if I'm wrong with that. Um, and I'll explain why I saw that too. But let me know if I'm wrong because it's very important. Ha, no. Okay, you said no. Okay, so the reason why I thought that because I'm seeing here in the Virgo and like the sense of something like an eye of some like you might have been having your eyes on something. Um, that's good that you express you. That's awesome. I think that's great. The reason why I thought that because for some reason it popped in my head that you might have been finding someone kind of remotely attractive for some reason, um, and it might have been a woman. You might have thought that the woman is like super attractive and stuff like that, but you haven't really made a move or anything, or but you probably just felt like maybe somebody was super attractive. Um, um, let's see here. But I do think that this coming week actually is going to be a very good thing for you. It's going to be very lucky. I think it's going to be fast paced for you, and you're actually going to feel very confident. I think you're going to have some type of awakening experience of some sort, like maybe a good dream of something. A dream's actually going to happen to you, and it'll actually kind of make you feel really good to kind of start your day out like that. And yeah, I'm still sensing here dream and occupation. Um, but something definitely new is coming. Okay, so I'm getting okay. So I'm getting something here in terms of Earth like symbolism, and when we talk about Earth, excuse me, if we talk about Earth, we're talking about stuff like the Pentacles, for example, in tarot. And the thing is that the Pentacles can relate to money, occupation, materialism of some sort. So, with these Earth symbols, I'm getting grounded for you, some type of occupation of some sort, something you're gonna gain out of it, and it's gonna happen here. Like, we have these two cards right here, the Pluto and the Moon, and this is telling me that something new is going to be coming your way, and it's going to be lucky because we have a Jupiter here, and it's going to be pretty soon because of this fire card that we have here, and then we have here the Sun, right? Which is going to make you feel good. Like whatever that's going to happen this coming week is going to be coming. It's going to feel really good for you. Um, I'm still seeing a lot of confidence in here, a really good quality confidence, something very emotional. It actually might make you feel like very like huge abundance of joy of some sort. Um, oh well, see, even a job interview, just having a job interview or just getting some type of acceptance email, that right there is already like confidence boost enough. So I didn't even know you were actually going through a job interview, or that you possibly might have job interviews that you're putting applications out there. But there's a good possibility that could be what it is. I just feel that there's something really lucky is going to be happening to you. It's going to make you feel super good. I'm getting a lot of earth symbols in here, which usually kind of points to occupation and money. Also, earthly like possession kind of things, if we're kind of relating to the tarot here. But yeah, I. If you do, okay, so here's the thing too that reminding me of something. If you do get into contact with into this interview, um don't you need to show your true colors and not your professional colors. um and what I mean by that is because you want to show them that you're compatible and that you're likable and stuff like that, because they already know about your skills, but they don't know about who you are as a person, and I think that's what they're really more into. um so just keep that in mind when it comes to actually, working this interview, that stay confident with yourself. Um, you know, you have this dual side about yourself where you show your professional side and obviously your homebody side, stuff like that. Show them the true self of you. Give them like 50-50 of the two. And I think you kind of lean more towards 80-20 a little bit, and the 80s like the professional side. Give them 50-50. They called you because you can do the job, but you need to show off your personality to show that you're compatible. Oh, I did? Oh, see, I don't even remember. um, I don't remember what I mentioned in my last readings. I could read so many people. I'm sorry. I mean that lovingly, but that's really cool that I'm saying this again. So make sure that you um take that advice, right? So make sure you show your side, the side of you that's going to be very loving, very homebody, but also professional at the same time, to kind of show that you are um that you're a compatible person and you can do the job. Oh, before I start putting these away, let's get your gemstone here. So what I'm doing, I don't know if you guys noticed, but this is actually what I got for my birthday. It's a cool lava rock, and inside it, I don't know if you can see it very well. It looks kind of dark, but maybe if I do it like this, you can't see it very well. But it's been made out of 2,000 degrees, and it's like super smooth on the bottom, and it has like this texture with like this like porcelain, not really porcelain, but like the shiny inside, stuff like that. It's so cool. And I started to find a new use for it, to where I was going to use it for smudging, but instead I'm actually using it for a way to hold my crystals and pick out a really cool gemstone for you to concentrate on for your chakras, because we can't ignore our chakras, Aka. I'm just kidding. Let's see here. Blue. So this right here is I forgot what it's called. Tourmalite? Is it blue tourmalite? I can't remember what the name of it was. But what you do need to actually focus on is your yeah, your you need to focus on your third eye. No, excuse me, your good lord. What is this one associated to? Your actually, yeah, your third eye. Focus on your third eye. And give me a number between 1 and 30.
This is the house.
Huh? Male?
Yeah, this is the house.
Oh. Tax return document. Okay. 29? You got it. Everybody's choosing all these high numbers. Interesting. Okay. 32, 31, 30, and 29. Oh, look at this. Aka. I'm just kidding. I'm just giving you a bad time. I just like saying your name, Aka. Um, third eye. Focus your third eye. This right here is the Angelite. I don't know what that is. So let's actually look that up. That's card number 11. So. So, ideas for meditation. Angelite helps to focus on our spiritual desires and furthermore helps to meditate on relationships with others. What do we communicate with our bodies? Do we always feel understood and listened to? Are we capable of assisting others? Angelite improves dialogue with ourselves and makes us sensitive to the subtle ways in which people communicate. It gives empathy and gentleness and stimulates harmony with the environment. Aka, I'm sorry to tell you this, or not really sorry. Actually, I'm very proud to tell you this right now. But what that book just said right now is completely up your alley right now. And everything I just said right now in terms of making sure you show both sides of yourself is all about communication, right? Holy cow, that's right there. Like the sign is so there. You totally need to like look into getting into communicating your body and your spirit, showing the true aka 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 rawat. I don't know if I pronounced that last name. Rawat. So I really liked that reading. It was actually really, really good. Um, so work on your throat chakra, and did I say third eye? No, you're right. It is throat chakra. Oh man, I'm like, why am I like all over the place? I should know these things. No, actually, this one right here is the throat. This one is actually the throat, but the one I pulled right here was actually the third eye. So it's actually kind of up your alley in terms of. I was right. Third eye and throat. um, but yeah, you need to really focus on your throat chakra and as well as those keywords that I just read out in terms of your third eye chakra, to where you need to make sure that you're able to communicate the like both sides of you, and this is what you're really going to need to do in order to land the job that you're looking for. Oh, thank you. Right over there. That's perfect. Cool. Now I can do my arts and crafts video tomorrow. Tomorrow, I love you. Sing a song. Tomorrow, you're only a day away. All right, enough of that. Don't quit your day job, Anthony. All right, so Latoya, butterfly list, Lulu and Maria. All right, Lulu, you're on up, girl. Oh man, I'm on the Cisco network. No wonder. I could change that. Lulu and Maria. While I wait, I shall smudge. So I'm getting a sharp, um, getting a sharp feeling in my temple. So I think I'm gonna close it off with Lulu and Maria being the last people to read right now. I don't want. I think it's a sign for me to relax. Plus, I've been on this for almost 3 hours anyway, so um, it's a sign for me to relax. But for my great friends Maria and Lulu, I will definitely do this in honor. And you get to be part of this new ritual I'm doing where I get to choose your stone and the gem cards. What? Okay. Let's see here. I forgot who was first. Lulu. All right. Um, what do I need to know about my love life? And there is a lag. Yeah. Let me refresh my browser and maybe try refreshing your browser too, just to be on the safe side. Like, get out of the video, come back in, and let me know when you're back, and see if that fixes it. Because I just switched my network from my work network um, to my home network, and let me know when you're back, Lulu. Latoya, where's Shar? Still blushing. Who, you're blushing or Shar? Oh, who's Jay? Mm-hmm. Although I think Jay's the she says the friend who's gay I think was and told me I should talk to him. Oh my gosh, this girl knows how to drive. Older guy. Okay. Okay, cool, Lulu, you're back. Awesome. So hopefully that helped out with the lag. And there goes the dogs. Oh, you're supposed to head down tomorrow. Mm-hmm. All right, Lulu. I'm waiting for your question and your sign, please. Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? That's all I know of that song. Yeah, I think there's still a really big lag. I'm gonna go ahead and type this here. Hey. Did I miss her question? Oh, what do I need to know about my love life? Oh, okay, I see it. You are an Aquarius. Well, that is an air symbol. And I think if I was to make a quick guess here, your your opposite would be something like an earth symbol, maybe even water. Because even though Aquarius is like an air symbol, it still deals with water as a cupbearer, right? So, um, and go ahead and choose me a card. Let's see here. You're supposed to be working. And you said three, so 1, 2, and 3. Well, I just got 2 cards in regards to. I did mention water, and I also mentioned Earth for you as well. Um, However, though, I'm getting a fire. Getting a fire symbol, a couple fire symbols here. I'm getting the sense of a warm love life. Um, Somebody that might possibly want to settle down, perhaps, but that's a little bit too quick for you, I think. But the thing is, the opportunity will be there for settling down at a very fast pace, and I think you actually might take it. Um, I'm trying to see this more in terms of what you can do about your love life, but I'm actually reading something here in terms of a person. Remind me, Lulu, if you're in a you're very welcome, Nikel. Remind me, Lulu, if you are in a relationship right now, which I don't think you are. Um, but I'm getting like a person, and I think the person is fire based, like Leo. Um, So yeah, I'm getting a sense that somebody actually might. I'm getting like a sense of like a character reading of somebody that you actually just might meet. He's going to be very He's going to be very confident, very upfront type of person. It might be a little bit opposite in terms of what you usually go for, but is it a Libra? I'm not seeing Libra. Although I do have this right here, this Pluto, which kind of resembles a little bit about Libra to me, because Libra is about like scales and symmetry and stuff like that, and this card has major symmetry. Um, I just think that the person that you are that probably going to be in your life would probably be somebody who's going to be very super confident. I think that okay, thank you, Latoya. I wasn't exactly sure, but that's good to know. And I just want to make absolutely sure too. But I'm seeing here that this person is ready to settle down. Very confident, very emotional, in touch with his emotions, very loyal. Can probably be a little bit too uh what's the word I'm looking for? Like, he loves to give, but I think the giving may be too much for you. Oh, and your ex is a Libra. Oh. I'm not sensing X here, at least not yet. Um, yeah, I'm not sensing a Libra just yet, but um, this person is attractive to you, and I think he kind of meets your needs in another way too. Like, you can actually easily get caught into his like his charms, and he's a super strong provider as well. However, though, he does have a kind of a hard nut to crack, though. The overconfidence, or not the overconfidence, but the confidence about him is what kind of makes it very mysterious, too. So I think that it'll kind of bug you a little bit about that, too. He won't really open up. He's fell over a couple times in a relationship, I think. That's why he's kind of ready. He kind of waited a while, and he's ready for something. And he's ready to give it. Um, ask the angels. I haven't asked the angels yet. Anything. Lulu, give me a number between 1 and 20. Yeah, I'm still getting um character reading here, and I think this actually might be somebody you know. You're mentioning about your ex and Libra and stuff like that. I am getting another scale here, as a matter of fact. If you actually think about this, I have a scale right here in the middle. This could be your Libra. I do see the falling out. However, though, Um, if you do pursue him, I think this actually might kind of work out. I'm seeing here in this direction, you know, 2 of Earth, 6 of Earth, and 10 of Water. The 10 of Water is resemblance to like the 10 of Cups, which is actually a very happy home life. So, but again, we also have two balance. We have the scales in this picture. So I think that this could be like in regards to maybe your Libra, perhaps, and this person is actually kind of ready to settle down um right here. And I feel you're getting excited right now for some reason. Like I just got like this euphoric rush all of a sudden. Um but yeah, I may be wrong about this one when I ask you this question. Um Good point, Latoya. Uh So Lulu, I'm please correct me if I'm wrong with this. However, though, I feel that this person, could you refer to you if it's your ex as the Libra? Um, um, I feel that this guy that we're associating here to the ex, for example, or whoever this Libra is. But I think we're probably talking about the same guy here when I say this. But I feel that how can I put it into words? You are just kind of settling for what is available to you instead of actually going out there to find what you're looking for. Um, I'm seeing something here in terms of, yeah, there's harmony, there's relationship and stuff like that. There are signs everywhere in terms of like the scales here, but if this is really actually kind of pointing to your ex, and if that's really who, if I'm right in this, I feel that by going with your ex, the Libra, is sort of like you're just kind of settling because you want to be back in a relationship. Um, and you're tired of looking, therefore you're just kind of settling with what's there and not actually going out to get what you really want. Correct me if I'm wrong with this. Like, you know, the attraction's there. And I think like what you kind of said to yourself about it is like, oh yeah, you know, it's him and we had our good times and stuff like that, but it's not necessarily like the full on like huge romance or spicy, not spicy, but you don't think so? Okay. So I wasn't sure, and the reason why I say that because I was thinking that maybe this might be a person who you just kind of settle for, and just not really going for somebody that you really want is because of this dreamer card that we have in reverse here. I wasn't. I just wanted to make sure that you know this is probably somebody that you would actually definitely be interested in, and not just somebody that you are just kind of like settling with and be like, yeah, okay, I'll just kind of go with what is available to me, kind of thing. So that is out of the way, but I um I am getting a sense of scales here still, but I just can't pinpoint if it's actually the X that you mentioned. If But I definitely am getting scales here, which actually does kind of fall in line with you as a Aquarius, right? Aquarius, which is also an air sign, and I am getting a relationship happening. And if I was to actually give you a date, if I was to give you a time frame, I, excuse me, I'd probably say your love life would probably you probably might start seeing things or experiencing things maybe towards around the midsummer. I say this because you had a couple of fire cards here. Um, well, it does confirm that you would actually be very happy with this outcome. I feel that maybe like you're really actually leaning towards your ex for some reason. Did you guys fall out because like maybe something challenged your beliefs of some sort? Like you were like something rocked you to your core, and it really made you feel very vulnerable and weak. Let me know if I'm right on that track there. But I do see something really nice of you. Really nice in your way here. Um, you'll be very happy. Just make sure that you kind of don't fall for the honeymoon trap kind of thing. You want to kind of put some work into this, I think. Um, and I think you might get a little pushy sometimes too. Don't do that. Hmm. So my friend Latoya feels that maybe there might be some fear of commitment. Oh, that's because you said it. I see what she's saying. She's helping me make sure I get my messages because of the lag issue. So he has fear of commitment. Well, I don't think anymore of that. I don't think the commitment issue is there anymore. Um, I'm not exactly sure how long have you guys been separated, but I think that it really gave him time to kind of reflect a little bit. But just keeping this kind of open here because again, I don't see much in terms of past relationship here in these cards. I am getting a sense of Libra. Okay, that is definitely for certain. It's definitely going to be an air symbol coming your way. Um, if I was to reread these things, not in terms of your ex, but more in terms of a new person that's coming into your life, he would actually make you happy. He would actually kind of challenge you in certain ways. You'll be very comfortable, but don't get stagnant um, uh, with him because he might get stagnant a little bit, and the air with him, if you, like the idea that comes to my head is almost like the dust settles kind of thing, and once it settles, that's where he kind of lays his hat. So, um, you on the other hand need to be able to be the air that kind of springs the window open and just kind of rustles things up, right? So the change is actually really good in that type of life for this Libra. And he may be a little bit overly in your number three. And so here's the thing about number three too. Three is about like, if you think about it, creation. It's like a family type number. Takes two, a man and a woman, to make a baby. Three. So, and we're also talking about like fertility with our maternal instincts of a mother and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things that comes in threes in terms of very like heavily family oriented values, and I think that's kind of where this person might take it to. And it's a possibility that you could be ready for it. That you could be ready for that kind of thing, but make sure that you just make sure that you kind of light a firecracker under his butt. And by doing that, burst the window open, let your air flow through the house, and then rustle up some stuff. It's going to get messy for him. He'll get used to it. And yeah, I think that's what this is really all about. Because again, I don't see past relationship at all in this one. The only reason I'm hitting past relationship because you mentioned X is the Libra, but there is definitely a Libra influence with the air, the moon card, not the moon card, but the Pluto card, the scales. Like there's things here that points to a type of Libra, but just not anybody you know. So, in terms of what you should do for yourself, so work on your solar plexus and give me a card number, and I'll put it right here in the chat. Oh, let's go with three. I'm gonna go with three since you've been using three. Okay, so you need to focus on your root chakra. 13? Oh, you went with 13. Okay. We'll go with it. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. You need to focus on your throat. Turquoise. That card keeps coming up a lot. Turquoise. So, so meditate on your solar plexus. Get yourself a turquoise if you like, but more importantly, also focus on your throat chakra as well. And yeah, so at least with the solar plexus, this will give you a little bit more courage to to talk to guys and stuff like that, and even spark up the conversation. And with the throat chakra, again, having the confidence about being able to speak out your true feelings and stuff. So you definitely want to be able to utilize that. And so I think that kind of concludes that part. It was a pretty good read, actually, I thought. Very interesting one too, because it definitely was showing signs of a scale in Libra. Just nobody that I think so. And Maria, you are my last read for the night. And before I get started with Maria, I'm going to mirror a couple questions ago. Okay, no problem. You have to remind me what the questions are. But in the meantime, I'm going to take a quick, short 3-minute break. And we'll get started with you. You're absolutely welcome, Lulu. It was my pleasure. So I'm going to take a quick, short break here, and I'll be right back. Okay. All right, Maria. I think you told me you were a Libra last time, I think, right? Yes, sir. Okay. And you want to know what the next 2 weeks is going to look like. All right, Maria. Give me a number between 1 and 10. Okay. Ooh, excuse me. There goes my camera. 7. You got it. Well, I think you're going to have a strong start, as a matter of fact. I'm getting the sense of quality, assurance, protection, and something that you've deeply wanted. Um, I think a balance is actually going to come to you. I think this is very strong. We have the moon and the Libra here, side by side. Moon's not necessarily Libra, but I always seem to cross reference it to Libras because of the symmetry, and there's some sort of balance that's going to be happening here. Um, I'm thinking a strong start of some type of occupation too. Excited and nervous. But it could be in line in terms of what you've been looking for. I think you're going to get a call in the next 2 weeks. And I think you're going to be. And I think it's actually kind of good that we found this out now, because I think you get so excited when this call comes that you might you might actually let your emotions kind of get the best of you. You'll like tend to talk too fast, and you need to slow that down. So, because I think that could be your downfall. So if you slow that down, um, this can actually come to your favor. I also see you being very energetic. I think something about your, like something in your family is actually going to be something good happening within your family too. I'm seeing like nothing but positivity with the alignment of these cards, how they're lining up. Um, yeah, the take control of the of talking too fast, and especially the oversharing part. Um, like you can definitely talk, but just make sure you share like important information. Um, there's plenty of time to overshare. But I think something else is going to be happening here, and I think it's going to be in terms of your family too. Um, something grounded will actually happen with somewhere within your family. Um, let's see here. Something that's been nagging you. It's been nagging you within your head for a while, and I think you'll be actually be able to come. You'll actually have something come to fruition with you. You'll actually have something that's going to be like a good idea of some sort. Um, someone in your family is a tough nut to crack. And I think what's going to happen here is that you're going to have an idea how you're going to say something that's going to kind of hit them to the core in a good way. And let's see here. Yep. Something that you are going to say or do is actually going to change the outcome somewhere within your family. There's some issues there, but I think you're going to be able to flip it around. I think something that you'll introduce will actually kind of flip the script in a way. There will be one person who won't accept it, but I don't think that's really important for you, because everybody else will actually, be on with what you're talking about. Because like you'll like a conversation is gonna strike up, and then you're gonna be part of that conversation somehow, and then next thing you know it, uh, you created like a new bond. Like you took the bonding to another level of some sort, and I think that's what's really important here. took a few more cards here. Yes, definitely something in the family. So I think you have a couple of things that's going to be happening here. You're going to have something in regards to occupation, um, and something to go along with your family, I think. I think you might meet someone. I think that's what it's going to be. You might meet somebody. Not, I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean you actually got to get together and meet, but it's more like you saw somebody, you explained it, and people are going to be very interested in what you what you have to say. Because I think people are very like you're a very interesting person, and I think people are kind of caught up in your business in a good way. Like they want to know. Um, like I guess like when the family gets together and you're there, the family turns into the View show, with Whoopi Goldberg, and the topic is you. um, I think you become the topic for the most conversations for some reason, but I think it's because they're really actually motivated about you, and I think that you're going to meet somebody and you actually might actually talk about it, and they're going to get super excited. Do you have like a sister of some sort that goes what, like she kind of gives you that what kind of attitude? um there's like somebody there within your family. I think it's like a sister of some sort, and she kind of talks to you in street way, like what girl, what kind of thing. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting. And this person's sort of like, I guess not really the class clown kind of thing, but she definitely livens up the family. And I think you and her have a really strong bond, I think. um I mean, everybody has a strong bond with this person, but I think like you and her have something special in between. Um, and I think you have like you sort of have like this witty way of talking to each other. Like you guys crack jokes on each other, like uh maybe provocative jokes, perhaps. I don't know. But you crack some type of jokes with each other sometimes. Like maybe she says something and you kind of wittingly reply back, well, that's why you're hella stupid. And she's just, and then you guys like get into like this huge, uh, um, you get into like this, not a fight or anything, but you just get into like this huge laughter. And I think that's actually a really good, strong bond. Nurture that. Definitely keep that with you. Don't forget about the sister. I think it's what it is a sister. And I just have like this feeling. She goes like, what girl, what, kind of thing. So like if you call her out on something, like, girl, I know you got some fake ass weaves, and you feel like, girl, what do you think you're talking about, like, kind of thing. So um oh, I just got messaged and I just knocked my earphones out. I don't think my sister and I bond. She can't stand me. Maybe my daughter. So I that could be possible. I just feel that there's somebody in your family that you crack jokes with, and that you kind of have like this relationship where you're like you kind of get at each other, like playfully and stuff like that. So I know about your sister, what we talked about before. Um, but I just know that there's somebody in your family, and you said you might be your daughter, but there's somebody in your family that kind of has like this, uh, this kind of playful attitude. So, um, but with that aside, I still think that the family kind of sees you as the important topic. With like it turns into straight up the view, and the view's topic today is Maria El Quinin, Quinones. Excuse me, I'm trying to pronounce the last name. Quinones, Maria El Quinones. So I think that's what it is. And then as along with that, as far as like maybe your professional life, I think something actually good's going to be coming your way. You're actually going to get some good information. You have like a communication type um, lords 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 quinones. So you're going to definitely get some type of information coming your way, and I think it's going to be good information too. So let's get some crystals going on here. So practice on your crown chakra. Um, look into your crown chakra, get that unblocked for yourself, and give me a number between 1 and 30. They called you by your new lords. 3. You got it. 1, 2, and 3. Sodalite, your root chakra. So, man, that's weird. Like, as much as I shuffle these cards and stuff like that, I haven't gotten anything else. And I think that's cool. It's all good. But, yeah, so get yourself a sodalite stone, which is like an earth stone, right? They'll keep you grounded. Tres. Yes, tres. Tres. I can't roll the tongue very well, but I just learned how to do that. So get yourself a sodalite to practice on your root chakra. Unblock that as well as your crown chakra. So and it was with the crown. If you're as far as crown chakras, if you're really interested in this one, if you, I'm not sure if you have it or not, but it's a purple amethyst. So, that will actually help you out with your crown chakra. Okay, and then to help you stay grounded, especially for your interview, right? Because you definitely want to use the crown and the root chakra. The crown for your knowledge, and the root chakra to keep you grounded, to make sure that you're not getting into anxiety with that, the job interviews that is going to come your way. Practice on that, meditate on that, and that right there, the sodalite, which is the earth stone, that'll keep you grounded. All right. So that was actually kind of a fun read. And so I think that I'm going to be wrapping up for the night on this one. It's already been almost 4 hours. Whew. Oh, you too, hippie. I'm glad you stopped by. Thank you so much. You haven't asked for a reading in a very long time. So next time you come on, make sure you stop by to ask for a reading, and I'll bump you up to the top. Okay? You've been so patient with me. So, but yeah, it's getting pretty late right now. It's already past midnight. It's almost 1 o'clock. I've been at it for 4 hours now, and right before Maria and Lulu, I was getting the sharp sting in my temple, which is a sign that I need to rest. So I should be back on maybe tomorrow. I actually have some things I need to get done first before I do that. So obviously, if you have any questions, if you want to do a one-on-one tarot, I am definitely open to that. My email's right here at the top, the tarot@groovedefied.com. And then there's also down here at the bottom as well, tarot@groovedefied.com. You're very welcome, Hippie. And Geeky, I see it. I saw that you're there. I'm sorry you weren't able to get into the list, as well as Esmeralda. Much love to both of you. Much respect. And if you catch me on the next one, definitely get in there. And yes, I think that should do it for me right now. And obviously subscribe and get a notification, because I'm actually posting some video reviews here pretty soon too. So, all right. But you know what? You know what I'll do for you, Gigi and Esmeralda? You know what I'll do for you? Both of you give me a number between 1 and 30. Okay, I'll do a stone pull for you. And Hippie, if you're still here. If you're still here, Hippie, give me a number. I'll give you a stone pull and a card. So, okay, we'll start with you, Gigi. So, Gigi, you got the sacral stone. Oh, I gotta shuffle these real quick. All right, so Hippie, I'll get you next, right after Gigi on this one. All right, Gigi, so I'll tell you about the sacral in just a second. And sacral. So sex must be on the mind, I guess. I don't know. But sacral is actually, it really kind of focuses on our desires, our needs, and stuff like that. It usually kind of embodies your sexual needs as well. If that's not something you're into in terms of sexual needs, but at least look into like what your body needs, like pampering and things like that. So this right here is your red jasper. This one is a demortyrite. I can't pronounce these names sometimes, but this one actually kind of involves around the sacral chakra as well. So meditate on that chakra and get it open. Okay, and now time for Hippie. You chose 5. So, Hippie, your stone for you solar plexus. And you chose 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Sodalite, root chakra. Okay, so something's asking you to get a sodalite, which is an earthbound element, to work on your root chakra to help you get grounded, and to also work and meditate on your solar plexus, which helps you with your inner light, your confidence levels, and things like that. So work on those 2 chakras, the root and the solar plexus, and get yourself a sodalite if you don't have one already. And that will definitely help you keep grounded, help you get the focus that you need, and like sort of like getting like the eye on the prize, so to speak. Citrine, yes. This is definitely a citrine. So if you have that, that's good. Work on that chakra though. You need to work on that chakra. Oh, thank you very much, Gigi. I really appreciate that. Again, if you have any questions about tarot, or you want to schedule one-on-one, I usually do these things for free. The only time I actually ask, for the donation is if somebody, wants to get on the list and they need to get on right away. That's the only time I do it, but usually I do these for free. So you're more than welcome to drop me an email to tarot at groovedefy.com if you ever want to schedule something or ask me some questions. So yeah, to hippie, to finish up my thought here, work on your root chakra. You need to and get yourself a sodalite. Okay, and that'll help you with stay grounded. All right, well, that was a lot of fun, you guys. And look, you guys were the first ones to actually use my new gemstone cards. Oh my goodness. And my zodiac cards too. It was so much fun. Oh yeah, see, there you go. The universe never lies. So saith the bowl of crystals. So it was a lot of fun, everybody. Please join me on my next live stream. If I can get my energies squared away tomorrow, I'll definitely be on tomorrow. And yeah, isn't it? Man, like this bowl is so cool. I'm gonna try to take pictures of it and post it on Instagram as well and do a review on this. But this bowl is freaking amazing. Like it's so natural and it's so unique. Like the color and the actual texture of it all is always different from one bowl to the next, right? And it comes with this really cool little rope stand, so it keeps it upright. So, all right. Good night, Gigi, and good night to everybody else. Namaste. And if I don't see you over the weekend, I hope you also have a great weekend. Ciao.